Guys, I have a
Cool.
confession to make.
You hate
What's
Eric
that?
Jones merchandise?
Well, yes, but um, I fell asleep during stage 3, the cup race,
Oh,
L.
and I also fell asleep during the entire Xfinity race.
Maybe you're just a little tie-tie boy. Just a little tie-tie. Maybe that's all.
So I don't know how helpful I'm going to be this week. So disclaimer to anyone here that's looking for Joe's hot takes, he might not have any this week.
Yeah, that's exactly excuse me.
Good disclaimer to start the show with.
That was exactly what I was looking for.
Good. All right.
We're Matt, before we get into it, we were Joe and I were talking about this, and we kind of discussed like we don't like we were looking at driver shirts. If you can't tell by the Eric Jones comment,
yeah.
but we were kind of saying like there's not really any driver face that we want on our like. Anytime anyone puts the face of a driver on merch, it's immediately devalued. That is an immediate no buy from me. I'm not buying the shirt if the driver's face is on it in any way, drawn, picture, whatever. But then we were saying there are some drivers who, like, that's double somehow. Like, it's already a zero. Imagine double zero.
Literally,
negative
my
at
two
that
favorite
point.
drivers.
And we were talking about how Eric Jones and Brad Keselowski are two shining examples of drivers whose faces we don't want anywhere near our merch. Matt, I'm curious if you can think of some more on your end.
I was gonna say Brad is shockingly unphotogenic at times. I'm trying to think of one.
Kyle Busch is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle.
Kyle Busch, dude, when they used to have those ad spots with like the close-ups of his face, like half in light and half in the dark, literally I would literally like jump away from the TV and throw the remote. Like it was so scary. It was horrible.
Kyle Larson kind of looks like an elf, so that's not, his isn't very good either. Because like when I think about like drivers who do look good on a shirt, like the two that immediately come to mind are Dale Earnhardt and Richard Petty, and that's
Right.
mostly just because it's like they both have a thing.
They both
with
have
like
their
Earnhardt, it's
iconic look.
yeah, Earnhardt, it's the aviators and the push broom mustache, and with Richard Petty, it's the big old cowboy hat.
Yep.
Like we need more drivers who have a thing. Like that's why I was all for the William Byron big hat thing a couple years ago.
Yeah, no, I
Just
get
bring
that.
back.
I kind of get it. I get it. Not that it would be as interesting to me as the cowboy hat or the yeah, but I get it. Cause I'm like thinking, I'm like, man,
Those are the
there's
only
no
two
one.
guys that I would be okay with their face being
Like
on
imagine
merch.
Todd Gilliland on a shirt, right? He
Yeah.
looks like he looks like about
He's
as
just a
nice as
dude.
Bristol. He just looks like Bristol. Like he just looks like a dog, a happy dumb dog.
He's
Aw.
not like an imposing presence.
Bristol's
Like-
not a happy dumb dog, but like
He's just a
happy
happy
dogs
dog.
are generally pretty
Yeah.
dumb. You know what I mean? That's what I mean.
When I think about like
They try and look intimidating. It's like
Carson Osavar had a thing with the bucket hats for a while, but he's not very photogenic either.
no, he looks
He's very-
horrifying.
He's very goofy.
He's goofy looking.
He's very goofy.
He's goofy, god dang looking.
Now I'm gonna go see who would look good on a NASCAR shirt. Now that I think about it, yeah,
I'm
like
sure Chase Elliott's on a bunch of shirts. Like
I'm sure
at
he
some
is. I mean, he
point.
wears his like Hollywood sunglasses. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if there's a
Oh,
name.
for drivers on it, like Ryan Blaney could probably is okay.
Ryan Blaney could probably pull it off.
with the longer hair. Definitely not his Daytona look. You definitely need to have his playoff look, probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Not his Penske made him get a haircut look.
Jimmy Johnson went through phases, but I still never really wanted a shirt with Jimmy Johnson's face
Never
on
with
it.
Jeff Gordon.
Yeah.
Never with Jeff Gordon.
Tony Stewart.
he was-
no.
Yeah, Tony Stewart is. I'm trying to think of like more bad ones.
I
Todd
see
Gilliland is a
Ryan
sneaky
Newman.
good choice. Ryan Newman's really bad.
yeah.
Greg Biffle.
God, we're just.
You guys remember when Sterling Marlin called Greg Biffle a bug-eyed dummy?
I do. It's like the one thing I remember about Greg Biffle.
One of my like all-time favorite digs at somebody. Michael McDowell would be a bad one too.
Yeah, he's just cheesing.
Yeah.
Speaking of digs on people, Todd Bodine, cue ball headed fool. Just
Oh my god. That's a
Welcome to
Who
the
do you
Big
think should be
Racers
on NASCAR
podcast.
just dropping some NASCAR lore for you on this
NASCAR.
fine Monday night, dating the podcast.
We're back for another week after
back.
some more SVG dominance.
Yeah, pretty cool.
He honestly might look good on a t-shirt.
No, nope. There's one on the Trackhouse website. Mm-mm.
Is there?
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work, and it's like his driver portrait. So like,
Oh, that doesn't
that's
count
not
to me.
fair. But yeah, no, there's one. It's like the whole like length of the shirt too, and it's like on the it.
I bet
I mean, I
Lauren.
know he's tall,
okay.
but
I bet Lauren at least thought about. She might not be texting me, but this is my new thing I'm doing on the show. I bet Lauren is about to text me about how, oh, we should put the drivers' wives on the shirts. Horn dog.
You guys, yeah, I was gonna say throw it back to when Kim Burton was getting so much pop in like 2007.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah, because everybody loved the 2014 Indy 500 where they went picture in picture, and 2/3 of the screen was Elio Castroneves and Ryan Hunter-Reay's wives.
Everyone loved it.
Yeah.
anyways,
Oh man,
back this week after Sonoma. Did you
here we
guys
are.
drink some wine on Sunday?
I didn't.
Ugh,
No.
Did you?
no. I was just tired
Ugh.
and fell asleep.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It was very hot Sunday. Part of me was like, man, I wish I would have gone to this race, and then I went outside and I was like, ooh, I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
All right, well that's the show. Anyway, thanks
Yeah,
for.
thanks everybody. SVG dominated, on Sunday.
Yeah, SVG did dominate. It was a pretty tame race. We had that flurry of yellows at the end that was set off by Cody Ware losing his wheel, which was
Cody Ware losing his wheel woke me up, I guess.
Dude, that was some of the most perfectly timed, like, announcing jinx I've ever seen, because they had just shown the little thing about his crash last week, and they're talking about, like, yeah, Cody, he's in a lot of pain, but he's dealing with, and like as they're talking about him, the right rear wheel just goes flying off the car. It's just like, just when you thought it couldn't get worse.
Did you see? Were you watching the tire changer when they showed the replay of his stop? Because they had a tire on, and the tire changer kind of just let it be. There's like, oh, whatever, fuck, just goes the other side of the car. It's like very clearly not on, and so I was like so confused by that. I was like, wait,
how does that
like,
happen?
did you not notice?
They were running like 34th. Like, take the extra time.
Take the time.
I don't know why you guys are hurrying.
Situational awareness 0.
Yeah.
People always joke about check cleared when a back of the field team throws a yellow late. Maybe this was it, dude. Maybe this was our proof. The once and for all proof that happens. No, I mean it's just pretty stupid.
It still didn't stop SVG from winning.
Did not stop SVG from winning.
Literally just gapped the field every restart. It was great. It was like
Yeah. I mean, really, it didn't really have too much of an effect on the. I mean, some of the guys in the top 10 kind of got
shafted,
screwed over. Ryan Priest, one of them.
Oh, poor
Stenhouse, who was having
a pretty decent day.
I didn't even hear what Joe said.
Go ahead, Joe. Take it away.
Oh no, sorry, Davey. I just wanted to make sure you didn't have to like cry through continuing to talk, but if you're done pouting, go for it.
Is this the energy we're bringing to the show?
I don't understand what happened. I spent all pre-show commiserating with you about how fucking shitty Eric Jones merchandise was.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
What? Is something wrong?
The camera's on. Joe's going on the attack now.
Well, what the hell happened? And now he's acting
wrong?
like nothing happened. Now he's like, I didn't do anything.
I didn't.
Okay.
What did I do?
Ricky Stenhouse got put in the wall, and it was pretty funny.
It only took them
Noah
2 laps
Gragson.
to get those tires back, by the way.
Yeah. The thing that cracked me up about
over to
when Stenhouse wrecked is like it broke the front suspension or the steering link, so his tires were just pointing like this, and he was like barely able to get rolling. And then like 30 seconds later, they cut back to him, and he's running at like 80% speed trying to catch back up to the field, and it was like, what? Is it broken? Is he just bonsaiing it? Like, I don't care if I wreck at this point. Like,
I mean, would track for who he is, but
yeah. Yeah, you were mentioning it though. There were a lot of strong runs that went haywire at the end of this race. Obviously, Stenhouse and was one of them. Priest still held on to 12th, which was good.
Yeah, fought back to 12. Actually, he was on the verge of getting through to the next round of the bracket as well with the finish he was about to have. So, small bummer there, but we move.
Yeah, might as well just talk about that real quick. Zane Smith was gonna get through, and then all of those caution, like after the first caution, it was like, all right, he's got like 12 spots on Ty Gibbs, and then just every restart, it just brought Gibbs closer and closer, and Zane just kept falling further and further back, and he was getting chewed up on restarts. And so he gets knocked out. John Hunter Nemechek and Eric Jones both ran like solid, and then Eric got punted by Josh Berry at the end.
Yep.
I didn't see what happened to Nemechek, and then they still finished right next to each other.
You know what? Real quick. Can we? Josh Berry.
Are we gonna talk about Josh Berry? Because I was ready to.
Can we talk about Josh Berry?
Yeah, you want to cry about Josh Berry real quick?
No, I don't. I just want to say that it's unfair to SVG that everyone's bitching and moaning about how he's like undeserving of the playoffs because he's only won road courses, when the only thing Josh Berry has done this year is win at Las Vegas and then nothing.
I saw someone say how that actually that proves how bad SVG is.
How does it
because
prove?
He's won 3 races and he's not even as high as him in points.
I don't know how it proves that, but the point being...
That's a real thing I read.
The point being, man, if we want to start taking this fine-tooth comb at all these wins and how much wins mean, whew.
Yeah, I mean, if we're...
Chase Elliott in Atlanta,
I mean, he's still right. That's a different.
I know.
That feels like rage bait, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have Cindric and Barry are 20th and 21st in points. Barry's been on a little bit of a slide recently. I mean, Van Gisbergen's up like 5 spots in points from the last few weeks, so he's almost caught them. He's literally 23 points behind Josh Berry right now.
Wait,
literally second full.
Yeah.
Crazy.
SVG's 26th in points, and he's only 23 back from Barry.
He is moving.
Yeah.
He is.
He just like painted a target on Eric Jones in, I think it was turn 5, and dumped him when, I think that was, who was it? Oh, it was Gregson who spun out before that, and there was just all this chaos, and then he was like, let me get this guy too. And then he just shipped Carson Hocevar in turn 2 as well.
He did.
Like that. I couldn't tell. Like, at first I thought he just missed the apex, but he like made a point to just send him.
Yeah, I saw the onboard.
I think that was one where he just didn't care. You
know
what I mean? Like, he's like, I missed it. I don't know. This is 77. Nobody likes this guy anyways.
Something had to have happened or something like that beforehand that we didn't see, you know?
Yeah, because Josh Berry has that in him, but like he does that every once in a while. He has himself a little race like he did yesterday where kind of seems like he just does a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's a silly little guy.
At the center of it, at least.
Just a silly little guy.
Yeah.
Some of that old NR 2003 driver comes out.
Yeah, who do we know or who we saw who ran like an online league with Josh Berry like 15 years ago, and Berry turned around backwards on the track?
Yeah, there's a YouTube video of him doing that. It's still
that's what it is.
Online.
It wasn't an open speedway.
It might have been
either that or I thought it was like, I don't think it was Dale Jr.'s league, but they mentioned him being in Dale Jr.'s league or something like that.
That's how they met. Yeah, Junior and Josh Berry literally met through NR.
Yeah, something like that. It's funny.
Yeah, but because Hocevar had a ridiculous drive to get back up to the top 5, and then got punted at the end, and it just kind of didn't matter. There's a few guys like that. Kyle Busch rebounded to top 10.
Yep.
Yeah, McDowell, they like misplayed their strategy and got shuffled into the back of the pack, and then they put on fresh tires, and he drove all the way through the field to 4th.
Yep.
Trying to think of who else, but it was a wild final stage.
Fun fact. Actually, no, wait. I'll give you guys a guess real quick. We'll have a little bit of fun. Who do you think got the fastest lap bonus on Sunday?
Ooh, let me think about this.
Tyler Reddick.
You're locking in Tyler Reddick?
I'll say, I don't know, I'll go Priest. I don't know, I'm just guessing, random.
Are we locking in those answers?
Sure.
You would both be incorrect. It was Justin Haley.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
It was Justin Haley. Don't ask me why.
Do you think
I was making a joke about
at Spire for that?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably.
McDowell's got a bunch of them this year. I know that. He's got 3 or 4. I'll have to
That's
find
so
it.
insane. Oh my god, dude. They should give out an award at the end of the year, the end of the year ceremony for most fastest lap awards.
Honestly, whoever has the most fastest laps at the end of the regular season, that should count as a win.
Maybe not that much. I wouldn't be afraid of giving a point or so for it, like another like
a playoff point.
like a playoff point.
Playoff point for fastest lap in the race.
We have playoff points for leading lap 75, so like
that's fair.
Like
congratulations, you led lap 75 this week, and you led lap 33 this week. They're both 1.5-mile tracks. Could I tell you why it's this lap number at this track and why it's this lap number at the other track? No reason.
You did it.
That will irk me till the end of the earth. The fact that when they started stages, they're like, yeah, we're going to do 25, 25, 50. And that's how we're going to divide all the races. They're all going to be uniform. It'll be 20, 20, 25, 25, 50. They did that for about half a season. They were like, wait a minute. We have to make the stages in the Cup Series long enough to where they have to make a green flag pit stop during them. I was like, no.
Now we're here.
Yep.
Speaking of pit stops, we did have one more.
Ty Gibbs tried to murder one of Brad Keselowski's pit crewmen. Actually, no, but it's funny because of course it's Ty Gibbs doing this.
Yeah.
So of course, like, haha, not good look, but okay, you guys go.
Well, I think I think the main thing is so there was contact on the racetrack with an RFK car. I forget which way it was around. It was
Buescher.
It was Buescher on track, and then coming into Ty Gibbs when he came into his pit stall, he like kind of uncut pretty close unnecessarily to the 6th crew.
He hit the front tire carrier.
Hit the front tire carrier of the 6th crew, and listen. A lot of reporters, NASCAR themselves, they have already said like, oh, this is legal. Like we see nothing wrong with it. That's fine. It's within. There's a lot of things in NASCAR that are within the scope of the rules that are considered bullshit to me, and that kind of was a little bit of that. He also has the added context of being Ty Gibbs.
Yeah.
So his leash is much shorter for me, and so I still think it was a little bit chicken shit. I still think it was a little bit dangerous in a.
Oh wait. Don't say it was a little bit dangerous. It was a lot dangerous.
It was a lot dangerous. It was a lot dangerous. You're right. You're right. I just
let's not act like it's an opinion that it was dangerous to do what he did.
I know. It's just tough because it was deemed factually legal, which
can be true.
It can be true, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't dangerous and intentional as fuck.
And stupid.
And one day this kid's really going to fucking hurt somebody, and we're gonna wonder why we didn't do something sooner. Because he just does dumb shit like this all the time.
Well, I think he's gonna have to win some races if he wants the opportunity to do that, but you know.
Yeah,
also true.
And like what you're saying, like Ty Gibbs hasn't earned the benefit of the doubt. You know, like all we have to do is just go back to the Clash when he like literally went airborne, door slamming somebody for something that was his fault under caution.
This weekend last year in the Xfinity Series, he gets spun around and he nails the throttle in the middle of the pack and destroys like 3 other cars, including his teammate.
Yeah, it's and I understand like what people are saying, like, oh, you know, Brad made the same entry going through Cody Ware's box. The difference is Cody Ware's crew isn't standing out in the box. Like, yes, you can say that that's legal, but you have to take into account that it's like, hey, there's people standing in the frickin' box. You know, you can't just pull in like they're not there. And there's even people who took screen grabs of Ty Gibbs' like last pit stop, and he was nowhere near angled over that far. You know, and that's the thing. Like, it's hard for me. Like, I can't really call it either way. At first I thought it was intentional. Now I'm kind of on the fence, but it's Ty Gibbs. I'm not going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, it's frustrating.
Yeah, it goes back to he went in there not caring.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just the
That's
complete
it.
lack of regard for anybody else on the racetrack, which he has shown his entire friggin' career. Like I go back to his rookie year in Xfinity when he just ran over, I think it was Riley Herbst on like lap 2 at Texas just for no reason, and then did the same thing to Ryan Sieg. And everybody clowned on Ryan Sieg for like failing to get back at him, and I was like, I think you're missing the point. This guy just drives through people and he doesn't give a shit. And that's what's frustrating. That's why people hate him.
I don't see a lot of Ty Gibbs fans, so
I still see too many.
Yeah, same.
fair. Connor Zilic and SVG battled it out Saturday's Xfinity race. Oh,
there's one thing we forgot because we talked about 3 of the bracket battles.
That's right.
We cannot lose. We literally cannot lose. Us tie heads, we're going all the way. It's happening.
It is gonna happen.
It's time to be
glorious. It's gonna be glorious. I mean, what a move!
Yeah, to just move Bowman out of the way and turn 11.
He was nowhere. He was absolutely, positively nowhere. And those cautions bunched the field back up. Ty Gibbs was able to make up enough ground on Alex Bowman. Hendrick car, by the way.
Ty Dillon.
And
You said Gibbs.
Oh, too many ties.
Yeah.
See, that's another thing. Final 4, Tyler, Ty.
We gotta get some new names in there.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out. Anyway, yeah, Ty Dillon. It's incredible. It's gonna happen. He's gonna do it. He's going to do it.
Like when the in-season tournament was announced, I was just like, whatever. Like, I don't know if it's really gonna matter. This is it working perfectly. Because otherwise, nobody would have seen Ty Dillon shipping Alex Bowman in the final corner for, like, 19th.
Yeah.
But, like, I think this is the best possible outcome because it's making us put a spotlight on people that we normally don't. So, I'm all for this now at this point.
Yeah. It's literally exactly what I envisioned when I thought about, like, what's this going to look like 2-3 rounds deep. It's going to be those P20 battles where 2 guys who probably were already going to duke it out anyway now have a chance to duke it out in P20, but for $1 million potentially, and it just makes it so much cooler.
Yeah,
big fan.
It is funny that you look at the teams that he's knocked off. It's Gibbs, Roush, and Hendrick, which are like literally the 3 best teams of the last 30 years. Giant killer.
Wait, so he's up against? I forget who's he up against in this round?
John Hunter.
Yeah.
So like.
So he's up against Petty.
Yeah. Just all the big names.
Essentially.
It'll be,
that's kind of awesome.
Dover this weekend.
It's happening. We're going. We literally can't lose.
It's John Hunter. He's gonna wreck. He's gonna wreck.
That's fair. See, if it was Eric Jones, I'd be worried.
Yeah, he is on a bit of a heater. I know. Jones like had that basically locked up until Josh Berry punted him at the end. But yeah. So anyway, Xfinity. Had to mention it.
Zilic and SVG. Fun little battle. Huh?
Ooh. It was good. That was 2 masters at work right there. Tell you what, it doesn't get much better than that. Those last couple laps, because that race ran caution free, but for the stages, if I'm remembering correctly, and so that battle to the end. I mean, they ran the whole stage completely green, and like literally the whole time they were right on top of each other. It was that is 2 masters at work, and Shane Gisbergen.
He probably uses Connor up if they're not teammates, right? A little bit more than he did. Like
probably a little bit more. I mean, he wasn't
the right way.
You know what I
mean? He wasn't putting him in like a terrible spot.
Yeah, for sure. And like Shane isn't afraid to do that from like the bits from what I've been able to watch of him. He's also not just going to do that for completely no reason either, unless you really give him a good reason to. And from what I understand, they're on pretty good terms. But yeah, like Connor Zilic defended perfectly. Because even if he's not using him up, Shane Gisbergen is still an extremely established road racer, obviously. But he's also one of the best wheel-to-wheel road racers in the world, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Best road racer in NASCAR.
Best road racer in NASCAR, and like his ability wheel-to-wheel, the way he races people is is so impressive, and the fact that little Connor Zilish was able to hold him behind him was perfectly placed the whole second half of the lap and all the passing zones. Like, didn't give Shane anything he wasn't willing to give him, and it was just such a well done battle. I enjoyed it so very much. I hope that these guys battle it out for several years to come. I know Shane isn't young anymore, but I mean, battles like that are gonna we're gonna feast on those.
Justin Marks is hoping so, you know.
Justin Marks is hoping so. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it so very much.
Yeah, dude, special. Like, and I mean, we talk about like Van Gisbergen and how good he is on road courses, and like he's getting better on ovals. Like Zillage is this good on road courses, and he's also really goddamn good on ovals already.
Yep.
Like, I was saying this last year when he debuted. Like, this should scare the shit out of everybody else in the garage. Like,
if they take their job seriously, yes, it should.
Yeah.
Because I mean, kid is unreal.
Yeah. Props also William Sawalich, P3, career best finish. I think it was his first top 5 of the year. He's been having a miserable rookie season so far.
Kind of been the butt of the joke lately.
Yeah. Looking through to see other big runs. Yeah. Somebody give Austin Green a full-time ride. That dude can wheel. Oh my god, that guy's good.
Yeah.
That guy needs a proper ride. I don't know, if Jordan Anderson could build a team around that kid, like, they've got a good future too.
Yeah. I don't know much about that kid, but every time he's in a race, he's doing good. Every single time. I don't know anything about him other than he's the guy that shows up in the Xfinity cars every once in a while, and he runs really well in a car that I've basically never heard of.
Yeah. Has he run any ovals, actually, now that I think about it?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Let's see. Okay, I think he's mostly just a road course ace. Yeah, because he ran Darlington and he didn't do well.
Yeah, well, you know.
But yeah, dude seems like a great road ringer. So
cool, cool stuff.
Yeah, trying to think if anything else happened in this race, but nothing's coming to mind.
I mean, it was pretty uneventful. Like I said, it ran caution free, but for the stages, it was pretty uneventful. Not a lot happened.
You know, it's hard to get people to go out and watch uneventful things. Kind of like the opposite of what IndyCar in Iowa was. It was very eventful.
It was a good race.
Racing.
Yeah.
But
no one was there.
Yeah.
Those Sunday grandstands. That was
kind of sad.
That was worrying. Yeah. That was a worrying level of people.
Like, I think it was probably pretty hot. I assume.
Sure. I'm sure.
And also, I have a feeling tickets weren't as cheap as they have been in years past if Hy-Vee isn't working out money to bring people and big concerts.
Probably.
So I'm sure that doesn't help.
Yeah,
I'm trying to see if there's any concrete numbers on the attendance. I didn't see any.
Maybe 5,000. I don't know.
Yeah, no, 6,000 is what they said, of around 6,000. So definitely under.
Oof.
Yeah, well, there also was a tornado outside the track at one point
on Friday.
Yeah, that might have scared people off for the weekend. But yeah, I don't know what the answer for IndyCar is.
Let me tell you, there's not a lot to do in Newton, Iowa. As someone who has been there, there's not a lot to do in Iowa.
Listen, people go chase the tornadoes out there, man. I don't know. That seems more like an attraction than a.
Yeah, that's true. We do know a tornado chaser.
So. We do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the answer for IndyCar is right now, because this is grim. Like, the Fox deal is not being received well. Coverage is not great.
Yeah,
Will Buxton is catching way too many strays.
Yeah.
Well, he has commentator trying to make it about me syndrome. He talks too much.
Think so?
He talks too much. And
it's a shame because I don't think he's bad.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I thought he was actually
he's fine.
Yeah.
He's not bad, but he does.
And he was coming into his
much.
own. Yeah. I mean,
He talks. I think it's nerves, but he does talk too much.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just finding a thing here. Apparently, Marshall Pruitt said that on Friday they had only sold 6,000 tickets for the weekend.
Wow.
Oof.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's. We don't.
Iowa might not
I'm
be on
with
the
you
calendar
guys.
next year.
They said
Yeah.
they're still confident, but they aren't sure. So it's like, yeah, that was our plan, is basically what they're saying. So wait, so what now? That was our plan, is what it seems like. I don't know what the answer is for IndyCar either, but the problem is I don't even know if they had an answer. Are they even asking the right question? Like, what are they doing right this
We're getting
year?
to the point where, like, ovals, no one goes to the oval races. Like, I think Milwaukee's attendance was pretty bad last year, right? Gateway's attendance was pretty bad.
Yes, I believe so.
Does that all sound correct?
It does.
You know, the 500 is always going to have great attendance because it's a spectacle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe you need to go to places like Pocono and Michigan and these big high-speed ovals and try to get some of that fear factor back. I don't know. I don't like saying it like that, but
no, I mean I know what you mean though. This stings even more for me because like there was a period of time
hope, like 2 years ago.
There was a lot of like from honestly I joked about it to Tommy because I knew it'd bother him, but it's not. I think the part that bothers him is that it's not ridiculous for me to say this, but I was like, man, IndyCar really fell off when Jimmy Johnson left. But as much as that's a joke, they didn't capitalize on that big boom that Romain Grosjean, Jimmy Johnson, the hype around those guys, like the murmurs about Kyle Larson coming to Indy that were leading up to what was eventually a bad attempt, but like leading up to his first attempt. Like they didn't capitalize on all that buzz and that hype and that hoopla, and now we're here and we're back to 2011. We're back to 2012. We joked that this feels like a DW12 season because just weird stuff keeps happening and the racing isn't that great.
Yeah, I wonder how much of it too is just the like utter domination by Palou this year. Because like, if I think about if I were to like try to get if I were trying to get somebody into motocross, this right now would not be the time because I'd be like, hey, do you want to watch Jet Lawrence win every week in 450s? No, you don't. Like, and like Jesse and I have been following MotoGP closer, but this is also not a good year to get into MotoGP. Like, I wonder if that's a part of it because it's kind of hard to sell people on a sport when it's like, it's gonna be the same guy again. Here he goes. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. It is unfortunate though that the hybrid has kind of come in and hasn't really improved anything. If anything, has made the racing a little bit worse as well. And has come in for the sole reason to save Honda being in the sport, and Honda doesn't even know if that's enough, and so it just seems like it's all for naught. And like, yes, the casual fan isn't looking at that, but like,
that's money.
The people who like it's not the casual fans who draw who kind of create the buzz, it's the hardcore fans who create the buzz and they tune in, and then that creates the buzz that casual fans see. And if the hardcore fans are looking at the IndyCar product right now and they're like, there's really nothing to be excited about here, that's not encouraging anyone new to come check it out either. You know what I mean? And I guess I get that's not far from your point. I don't know. I'm just working it through in my head, and it is weird because like we talked about, like there was buzz for IndyCar, and we're kind of reaching a point now where it's like, well, where did it go? Why is no one even seems to be grasping for it? Like it just feels like it's like kind of hobbling into darkness, and we just don't know what's next. Yeah. Is Honda leaving? I don't know. Like it's weird. It's really, really weird. It's a bad place.
Yeah, it's rough. I don't know if
Indy 500's cool though.
Yeah, I mean that's a prime example. Like I watched the Indy 500 this year. I don't know if I've watched any other IndyCar races this year, like start to finish. Like I'll tune into the end. I watched the end of Detroit.
Put it this way: hardcore IndyCar fan Tommy Bordeaux woke up Saturday and the race was starting, and Tommy was like, "Oh, there's an IndyCar race." Tommy Bordeaux is like IndyCar super mega super duper fan, also tripled by his like spiteful hatred of NASCAR. Like,
yeah,
it's like he of all people should know, and he didn't know. If that tells you anything about what's going on.
Yeah, well, and a part of it too, because I'm just scrolling through the IndyCar subreddit while we're talking about this, and I remember a lot of people talking about it. But like prime example, Joseph Newgarden, not seeming very into it recently. Yeah, and he's one of the 3 guys that Fox built their entire marketing push around. Like, I don't know, it's just so strange,
hard
man.
to be into it when half the fan base seems to hate you for reasons.
True, yeah.
I mean, I get it.
But
anyways, let's go to more happy topics and go from the shop.
Yeah, this is going to be
Finch
happy.
is going to make his Xfinity debut at Dover. Roger Carruth will drive for 32 for George Anderson. So we'll have some youngins in the race.
Jake Finch driving the car Raja should be in.
Yeah. Yeah, has Raja driven the Hendrick 17 yet?
No.
Because I know he's signed to like an HMS deal, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, he does not seem to be getting that ride ever.
Hey, he ran Phoenix 2 years ago.
He's in a real Keselowski situation, isn't he?
They will do everything but put Raja in that car.
They're like, ooh, let's put Corey Day in the car because Kyle Larson likes him.
Yeah, that's weird.
Kyle Larson's protege.
It is not. Corey Day is not that good.
No, the only thing I could think of is they just want him to focus on winning a truck title, but like, I don't know, man. Running Xfinity races. Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
I think going from trucks to Cup is better than like even going to Xfinity right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we go back a few years and like when Hocevar was kind of struggling in trucks and then he hopped in that one race for the Spire 77 and ran like 8th. And everybody was like, oh shit, this guy might be something, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it. It's just also like...
Yeah, Raja won a truck race this year, though.
Yeah. Won one last year, too.
I know.
So.
Seems like he's alright, that kid.
Get it together.
But Jake Finch, James Finch's son, will be in the 17.
Also cool. James Finch and Rick Hendrick have always been close. That'd be cool to see him kind of get into that pipeline, because I miss having James Finch around. We need more renegade team owners like that.
Yeah, more
guys will knock more guys will knock their own house down because his wife is annoying him. Go listen to the Dale Jr. Download episode with James Finch. It's great.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right, now let's go ahead and go to the courtroom.
Dude, had it on lock.
We got 2 things. So
we got 2 things.
Davey, you're our legal expert here on the Fake Racers podcast.
Yes, I am. Of course I am. I know. I've watched Suits so many times.
This is not legal advice, but
it's not legal advice, but I have watched Suits, so I know everything about the courtroom.
Exactly.
We'll start with the one most relevant to Joe and I. You know what I mean? So I don't know if we mentioned this on the podcast, but Rick Ware Racing is selling to a guy that used to work at Spire, essentially.
We used to be a co-owner.
We talked about this on the episode I did with Austin and Dewey. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. You did.
Wow, Dewey.
I listened to the episode. But obviously there's going to be implications on that with the charter. So Legacy. Legacy basically claimed and contended that since Ware is selling, one charter should go to Legacy Motor Club because they had the deal to buy it already. Yes, correct. Sorry. That's what the whole dispute is about in the first place. They also argued that it was not disclosed that Rick Ware Racing was being sold, and the judge then warned Rick Ware Racing that they could be in contempt of court if it misrepresented its intention in the hearing, the initial one, which I don't, probably isn't good for them. You know what I mean? I'm not. Like I said, I'm a legal expert. I listen. I don't got it all on me right now. You know what I mean? I gotta lock that up.
Yeah, it's after hours.
Yeah, it's after hours. You know what I mean? But I mean, could go a long way, and one, making Rickware Racing much cheaper for that guy, and two, getting Legacy another charter for people. The other one, the big one, the one we've all been waiting for, the race team 2311 in Front Row Motorsports, their lawsuit with NASCAR, they filed a motion because they're about to go uncharted this week, if you missed that, for a temporary restraining order and an injunction to continue to race as charter teams for 2025. The judge, literally like a couple hours ago, gave NASCAR until Wednesday at 5 p.m. to respond. The teams want a decision on the temporary restraining order by the weekend, as the decision on that ruling will state whether that they can compete as a charter team or not. And that's where we are. So NASCAR has to respond by Wednesday, end of day.
This is
and hopefully we'll hear by the weekend.
Come to light because of documents found during discovery, where NASCAR would have the ability to sell charters for 2311 in Front Row if they were to have to relinquish them this week. NASCAR would hold the right to sell those charters, and then if 2311 in Front Row were to win the lawsuit, there is a lot of question marks of how they get those charters back. Because it would be a lot harder to get those charters back than for NASCAR to have to pay out whatever they sell the charters for.
Yeah, I was going to say at that point, they'd probably just have to settle for damages. So it's not looking good.
Yeah.
It's I'm struggling to like put into words, but like Joe and I were kind of talking about this post show last week where I was like, I know there's a lot of pros and cons to charters, and like one of them is the financial stability that comes from it. But like this whole situation just makes me wish we didn't have the system in place, man. Like,
I hate Rob Kaufman.
It's such a mess. Yeah. I mean that goes without saying. Like Rob Kaufman sucks. But this whole situation, like with Rick Ware loaning a charter to somebody else, like how is that allowed? And then trying to sell it out from under Roush, out from under RFK, like we've literally created a system that like mirrors the housing market where you can just rent something out to somebody and then sell it out from under them and tell them to get fucked later on. Like,
yeah,
it pisses me off, man. And the worst part is like if they take these 6 charters from these 2 teams, like I don't know if you got, or I can't remember if we mentioned it, but a big part of it is they might be required to pay back all of the money that they've been given for having those charters this season, which is millions of dollars. And then they'll see a drastic decrease in the amount of prize money they get every week. And then also because there's 6 charters hitting the market, those things are going to sell for dirt cheap. Yes. And somebody is going to swoop them up, right? Like it's not like the other teams are going to hold strong and not do it because...
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I was going to say, RCR wants a 3rd charter. Legacy wants a 3rd charter.
RFK is just going to say, screw this whole situation, just go buy one of them. Yeah. Like, I don't understand what the point of creating this system of financial, like, supply and demand has given us. Like, it just doesn't seem to make sense, man. Because I'm not going to disclose which team it was, but, like, there is a team that might have to shut a team down or have somebody go into retirement. Early because of this whole system. Like, what is the point of this, man? Then the problem is we're in too deep now. We can't just get rid of them because a team like Colleague or Trackhouse that paid tens of millions of dollars to buy additional
they've
charters.
Already signed an agreement. You can't get rid of them.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's just ridiculous.
What, NASCAR didn't make the charters permanent, right? Am I remembering that correctly? Like the charters aren't permanent?
I can't remember. I can't remember right now.
It's stuff like that just makes no sense. It's like it's either everyone needs to be all in or everyone needs to be all out.
Yeah, it does feel like we've kind of reached like a certain point with having. I've always been like my one thing with the charters that made me okay with them was like, okay, these race teams like now have value for themselves outside of the parts, equipment. Outside of the tools and the equipment and the parts, and like like those to a race team meant nothing. Honestly, the most valuable thing about a race team for a long time was the dirt that the shop was built on. And so I get that the race teams have this inherent value now through the charters. That was the one thing I liked. But we like it. We've jumped the shark. What are we doing here? This is all too much. This was never the intent. And it just like there's no way back. We're here now.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like when you mentioned, like there are benefits to charters. Like hence why I'm not trying to say like charters suck. We need to get rid of them. Like obviously, it's not black and white like that.
Right? Yeah. No.
But to me, it seems like it's been a net negative. But the problem is like now that NASCAR's been taken to court, they're going to dig their heels in, right? And
yeah,
like if we're potentially in a timeline where we're going to lose a team that's owned by Michael Jordan out of NASCAR, and we think about the fanfare that brought to this sport and the new fans that it's brought and the new money that it's brought, and I mean just like the way they present themselves in terms of like merchandising and social media is completely different than what teams were doing for the last 80 years, and that could just be gone. So I don't know, man. I don't know how this is going to end well.
Yeah, I mean, shining example. I don't think my wife cares as much about NASCAR if the coolest team on the grid, has all these cool sponsors owned by Michael Jordan. Like she's a Bubba Wallace fan. Like people care about this stuff. Like
yeah,
and that's so like I want to go back to what you guys were saying as well. Like the teams are going to snatch those charters up. I know inherently, because of capitalism that is probably true. My cope, this is my cope, is that the teams know how important that those other teams are, and they're not such greedy capitalists, like crazy people that they're going to snatch these charters up from another team that, paid for them, earned them, they didn't sign the agreement, but like, God, they're here and they're racing and they show up every week and they're competitive and Pro Motorsports, good Lord, man. They've been here for how long? They've grafted for how long? And now they're like on the cusp of being a perennial race winning team. They've been here forever.
Yeah.
And that's
20 years
that's important. And like my cope is that the teams see that and maybe just let the charters go for cheap back if they're allowed to be sold back. But I have very low hopes for that, and I know that that's unlikely if they even can be sold back to the original owners. I don't know, but it's still a loss for those teams, obviously, and that's not great. But that's my
sign the charter agreement.
I do wonder if they realized that it was going to come to this point. I mean, they must have, right? If they knew the consequences of not signing the deal, they must have.
I hope so. I don't know. Like,
yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, I'm all for standing up for what you believe in and like fighting what you think is the good fight.
Yeah.
But at this point, genuinely, I think the only way out of this is to just settle.
Yep.
Is because like NASCAR has gotten a number of huge wins in this case already, and they really don't have a lot of leverage, especially because we know a new manufacturer is coming in. Like, if NASCAR, they can leverage that as well. If you won't sign it, Dodge will.
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
So,
yeah. It's at a worrying stage right now, for sure.
I believe that was from the shop.
And that would be my bottom split moment of the week, and I think that's all of our bottom split moments for the week.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with. I mean, I'm sure Matt has a good one, but I'm with Joe. That's my.
I actually couldn't think of one, so I'll go with that too. So.
And our Road to Pro moment this week, collectively.
Are we doing a collective?
I had a really good one.
Okay, go ahead.
You go.
All right. It's time to talk about dirt bikes.
Yeah.
So, Jeremy Martin.
Who cares?
Well, in the 250 class, Jeremy Martin, Short King,
running
his final race this weekend. J-Mart is two-time 250 outdoor champion. Both of those titles were 10 and 11 years ago. He's awesome. One of the best outdoor riders of all time. Sadly, we've never gotten to see him race a 450, like outside of a few one-off starts. Mm-hmm. And for the last like 4 or 5 years, he has just been like perpetually injured. And coming into this year, he was essentially retired. He was literally working the VIP program for Star Yamaha, like a friggin' tour guide at Supercross races. And Star Yamaha, the team that he won his 2 titles with, convinced him to run 3 races outdoors this year. And his first 2 did not go well. And so he set his sights for his final race was going to be his home race at Millville in Minnesota. And when I say home race, I literally mean home race. His parents own the track and his childhood home is on the property.
That's crazy.
The week leading up to this race, he was literally like weed whacking for 2 hours and then would get on his bike and do 2 40-minute motos and then go back to weed whacking.
Hell yeah.
And again, I should point out, this guy has raced outdoors like maybe 4 times in the last 4 years. Yeah. And having basically not raced at all this year, and I think his best finish in his 2 races before was 20th. Moto 1, he hole shots and gets the lead early. And Jason Weigand and James Stewart in the booth were literally just in like silence for the whole first lap because they couldn't believe it. He leads a couple laps. He finishes 3rd in Moto 1. Moto 2, they like literally called it and they were like, he's going to pull another hole shot. Watch this. Sure enough, yards the whole field into the first corner. J-Mart's out front again. He leads like the first 5 or 6 laps. Joe Shimoda passes him because, I mean, Joe is on a heater right now. And then a lap and a half later, Joe goes off track with his rear brake failing. J-Mart's back in the lead. Hayden Deegan, his teammate, who's leading the points, starts to catch him, and over the last 10 laps, this guy who basically hasn't raced in the last 5 years yards Hayden Deegan, the fastest guy on a 250, and wins his final moto of his career by like 10 seconds at his home track. I literally cried watching it. It was incredible.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And it was one of those races where everybody involved with the broadcast just stopped being unbiased. Like Jason Thomas, the trackside reporter, straight up said, he's like, you guys probably won't hear from me for the last 5 minutes because I'm going to be standing trackside cheering this guy on. And like, the Star guys took all the other pit boards they had and just wrote like, you did it on them as he came by the last time.
Oh, dude.
Like, it was unbelievable. So congrats on a fantastic career, J-Mart. I tip my hat to you. Not many people get to write their own perfect fairy tale ending to their career. So
that's okay. You had a good one. I'm glad we let you go.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
It was incredible.
Joe, what do you want ours to be?
Garbage disposals existing.
Yeah, I gotta agree. My garbage disposal slaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, especially people that use them correctly. Those are the real pros. So,
yeah, I really appreciate the framing on your shot right now. That you're just like,
I love it. And Matt, you know the best part? He's been getting more and more out of frame as this show has gone on. He's been like moving the whole time.
I gotta hang on. I gotta find this now. There's did you guys ever hear of there's this old sketch comedy channel called Balloon Shop on YouTube, and they have one of their videos. It's just called like Pop Tart or whatever. And the first frame it's like this very busy room, and the guy's literally like this in it, like his face is in the corner of the frame, and like you don't see him at first until he turns his head, and you're like, what the hell? It cracks me up every time, and that's what Joe's making me think of right now.
Folks, we appreciate you for listening and watching the Fake Racers podcast this week. Make sure if you haven't already, drop a like, subscribe, comment, say hello.
Do that.
Support us.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Do you guys have anything else you want to say to the folks before I stop recording?
I love you.
Awesome. Matt?
Damn, I can't think of anything.
All right. Awesome. Well, folks, thank you so much for watching, for listening. We'll see you guys next week on the Fake Racers podcast.
Bye.